What's up, grinders? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're here to do the 500 goddamn hour update on my Dreaming Spanish challenge. Now, as you can see on my screen, this is the playlist. If you haven't seen all the videos prior to this one, I've been dropping a video consistently every 50 hours, and we're now at the 500 mark. You know, this is insane. This is insane in so many ways because one, well, I've spent 500 hours on a goddamn challenge, but two, I'm only a third of the way through the challenge. Not even that. Because, like, you're meant to go to 1,600 or 1,700, I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm literally a third of the way through, best case scenario of this challenge. So this is... I just wanted to point that out because that's kind of insane, guys. Like, you got to admit, that's kind of insane. Okay, so what's happened during the last 50 plus hours? Well, if you watched my last video, the 450-hour Dreaming Spanish review, you could see the thumbnails were quite different. It was like, did it work? 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 I'm struggling. Yeah, that was me going through a very, very painful place. Now, am I still struggling? Well, it was a bit of a struggle town. It has been on and off. Okay, so this last 50 hours wasn't as bad as the 50 hours before it, but it's still not the greatest because I'm still suffering through the same stuff of generally I just don't find too much DS content to be interesting at this level. Now, as you can see, this is October. Here's my hours basically right here. Oh yeah, proof of pudding, 500 hours right there. And I've hit this month. I did very little yesterday because I was actually at a Halloween party, so I had to make it up today. So yes, we have hit the 500 hour mark. Now, what have I noticed during these last 500 hours? Again, at this level, it's really hard to point out like specific things you've noticed at different periods. I've got some notes over here on my laptop, so at 458 hours, I recognize the words for to arrange and to take. And then at that point, I was, based on the comments section of my previous videos, everyone was saying you should be trying to just get into like watching content that you enjoy, native content, even if you don't fully understand or, you know, not even 80% understand it. Do that. That will help you move swords. That's what I did. I have done barely any Dreaming Spanish over the last 50 hours. What I have done is I've watched the entire series of Terra Nova, which is on Disney+. It's a series that I've seen once before, a very long time in English. Unfortunately, they cancelled it. And I really enjoyed it. And I actually understood it quite well. So I would say I was somewhere between the 60 to, I don't know, maybe 70% mark of understanding that show, which is quite impressive, I think. Apart from that, I watched Hitman. It's not really that complex of a movie overall, but like I understood most of it. At 464 hours, I started doing some advanced Dreaming Spanish stuff just because the series in the advanced section are a little bit more interesting than the intermediate section. Although it really was not enough to hold me, and really I was only watching stuff from Andreas. At 481 hours, I watched Starship Troopers, okay? Now, Starship Troopers, for those who don't know, is an all-time favorite movie of mine. I fucking love it, okay? I grew up on it, and it's like the pinnacle of sci-fi dashes freaking military, you know, militarism gone wrong type of thing, but it's just a fucking amazing movie. Don't watch the sequels, total trash, but the original movie, really good. So I watched it, and because I know that movie so goddamn well in English, I actually learned a ton of Spanish when I was just watching it. Or at least I think I learned a ton. Like, I recognized way more Spanish because I knew the lines that they were saying in English, and when I was hearing them in Spanish, I was like, oh, okay, that's what that means. Oh, now I know type of thing. Like, it helped a lot because it's a movie I know. Apart from that, I watched at 490 hours John Carter, which is another one that I absolutely love. For some reason, it was a bomb at the box office, but I really enjoyed it. At 492 hours, I watched Ready Player One. I found a Spanish dub of it. You know how fucking hard that is to find in Australia. It doesn't matter if you play for Disney, freaking Netflix, Amazon Prime. For some reason, we don't have access to most Spanish dubs over here, which is so goddamn annoying, probably because hardly anyone speaks Spanish over here. But it's bloody annoying, so I had to find, through other highly legitimate means, a dub of Ready Player One, because Ready Player One and Starship Troopers are two movies that I absolutely love. Ready Player One, I love, obviously, I love it because, like, it's like the whole virtual worlds and living in virtual worlds, and I did that a lot when I was younger. I lived in World of Warcraft, okay? Now, I know, the virtual reality in that is complete and utter bullshit, but ignoring that, I really love the movie, okay? Just like the whole concept and everything. Now, I enjoyed watching these movies quite a bit, and depending on how much I knew the movie in English, depended on how much I would just understand it in Spanish. So, for example, Starship Troopers and Ready Player One, I feel like I get, at some points, 90% comprehensibility, like, for the majority of the time. There'll be points where it drops down pretty low, but then at other times, it's like, I just understand constantly. Just all the time, I understand. Now, I don't know if that's because I just know the lines in English, or if it's because I know the lines in English and then therefore my brain is primed and ready, and when it hears the Spanish, it just makes those connections quicker. So those movies I know well. And I'm even contemplating doing a challenge that other YouTubers have supposedly done before, where they've watched a particular movie, a dub of it, 50 times in a row. And I'm contemplating doing that either with Starship Troopers or Ready Player One. But I'm thinking Ready Player One because it has longer stretches of just continuous Spanish talking, like obviously when it's dubbed. While Starship Troopers, I could probably tolerate 50 times more, but there's very large periods of where there's just no talking. So that would just be wasted time. It's just action sequences, basically. So I'm contemplating this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section if you think this is an absolutely batshit insane idea. Because then I could make 2 videos. The next one would be a 50-hour update, and then I'd drop another video, 50 hours of watching the same dub. What happens? Or 50, run-throughs. That would actually be more than 50 hours when you think about it. That'd probably be like 70 hours worth. Anyway, like, what it would be like watching 50 run-throughs of the same thing. Now, it would probably result in me losing my goddamn mind, but at the same time, it could be a fun challenge. Or maybe not fun at all. Or maybe it'll just stress me the fuck out and I'll hate my life for even thinking about it. But I might do it. I might start recording it, and if I just cunk it out, like I just can't do it, like to do 7 runs and I'm just like, it's not possible, guys, I'll let you know. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm tossing up between Starship Troopers and Ready Player One for that. Maybe even John Carter. John Carter's a good one as well. But yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Okay, well, we all know what you guys are here for. You want to see me watch some content. Now, the problem is, I could come in here, I guess, and I could swap to an advanced level, and we could try listen to something, but I have not, for the last 50 hours, done Dreaming Spanish. So, I don't know if I'm actually going to progress. It's kind of a strange thing, because you have better understanding of certain people and accents than you do of other people and accents, even when they're saying the same thing with this method. So, I don't know. Maybe I guess I'll just pick something and we'll just see what happens. What's the best advice you've ever received? You know what? Actually, let's at least go by difficulty and advanced and drop it down. Let's try find something that's easy but advanced. And Time Guesser? Yeah, I might try this as well, because she's got an Argentinian accent and I listen to a lot of Spanish Boost Gaming. And we'll go check them out after this as well. So let's hit play. Oh no, it's using their player. Have you noticed, guys? Okay, for those who don't use Dreaming Spanish, they've got their own player. For me, it's pretty shoddy. Okay, I'm just going to try jump to some random point that looks interesting. Yeah, let's just go from here.
6 segundos. No.
I think she said 6 seconds.
Bueno,
No, she wouldn't have said 6 seconds because the timer's above that. Maybe she said 16 seconds. I probably just missed that first part.
Lo voy a poner más cerca del centro.
Okay, obviously it's somewhere around the center.
Por acá, pero no es.
Yeah, no, it's not. Okay, this is not complex Spanish. Now I'm just awkwardly sitting here.
Le había hecho clic. Le hice clic justo en el cero.
Okay, so while clicking in the 0, was that 0? I don't know.
Justo en el cero hice clic.
Yeah, I think she's trying to, like, this is the problem, okay? Maybe I'm completely off, but I feel like she was saying, she tried to click just as it hit 0.
Era en Múnich igual.
No idea.
Estoy completamente decepcionada. No.
Oh yeah, well obviously it's a complete, deception or something like that.
No, no puede ser.
It can't be.
No puede ser. Bueno, a ver, por favor, que encima fueron todos fáciles.
Okay, so everything's easy.
Fueron todos fáciles.
Hey, it's completely easy.
Por ahí, más o menos, no sé.
So it's here, more or less. I don't know.
Itirama, esto qué sé yo qué año es.
What is...
66.
Okay, so this is probably a terrible video to give a demo because it's just a GeoGuessr video. Let's try something else, maybe a podcast or something. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's go with this one.
De los arcos para la plaza, sí. De los arcos para el otro lado o abajo de los arcos.
Okay, so she's talking about, you know, the square, the arcs, and then to the other side, I think she said arcs again.
No.
No.
Y esta es la escalera Celarón.
So here is the stairs Ceralon, or whatever it is.
Es uno de los puntos más turísticos de acá de Río de Janeiro.
Okay, so it's one of the most touristic locations here in Rio de Janeiro.
Y como pueden ver, es muy única.
And as you can see, it's really unique.
Esta escalera es famosa por ser una obra de arte viva.
Okay, so she's saying it's famous because it's for its art something. I didn't get the adjective in that.
Que está en constante cambio, en
It's constantly changing, okay.
constante mutación y movimiento.
Okay, so it's like constantly mutating and moving?
Y esta escalera no es muy vieja, de hecho es reciente.
Okay, so she's saying it's not very vieja. I don't know what that word is, but I've heard it enough times.
Comenzó a construirse en el año 1990.
So it was built in 1990, I believe she said.
El creador de esta escalera no es un brasilero, de hecho es un chileno.
Okay, so she's saying the person who constructed the stairs was not, in fact, wasn't from Brazil. They're from Chile.
De apellido Celarón, por eso la escalera es la escalera Celarón.
And now she's just explaining why it's called the stairs of Chelon or whatever it is. Okay, so that one's not too bad. Okay, let's go now. I've been watching this YouTuber quite a bit just of recently. Like, he does horror videos, obviously for a native audience. So I'm just going to pick something and we're just going to see if I can understand him.
Hola, buenas a todos, ¿qué tal estáis? Espero que estéis muy bien, bienvenidos un día más a mi canal, bienvenidos en esta ocasión de nuevo a un juego.
Okay, so he's like, you know, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, well, it's something good, well, again, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was too much just.
Juego completo de terror real,
Okay, so we're gonna play, you know, complete terror, a realistic terror.
llamado Crime Detective, ¿vale? Algo así como detective del crimen, pero aquí
So, a detective of criminals.
aunque en el menú principal no lo ponga, también, o sea, el título es algo más, ¿vale?
So it's saying I can't put. Pongo's like to like take or to put or something like that. And then was saying more about the title, but maybe you couldn't like give more about the title or something.
¿Vale? Que es Red Flags, algo así como banderas rojas, ¿no? Algo así como cuando ves tú algo en una persona que no te gusta y dices, eso es una red flag de manual, ¿no? Pues igual.
It's like if there's a person who doesn't like, you know, this or it's a red flag or something along those lines.
Así que bueno, vamos a ver qué tal. Inicialmente aquí en el menú principal parece que estamos espiando a una chica, ¿no? Que está en su dormitorio, así que...
Okay, so he's talking about, you know, spying on a chick over there. So I got the general gist of that, but like the individual words, some of them, they just went by me. Okay, so I've only just started with him recently. Okay, let's go check out now. Okay, so we're going to check out Spanish Boost Gaming. As you can see, I am constantly watching his videos, so it might actually be hard for me to pick one to watch. I haven't watched this one. Okay, let's watch this and just jump in.
Típico juego de anomalías.
Okay, something about, you know, typical anomalies.
Todo está normal.
Okay, so tosta normal. Something's normal. It sounded like toaster, but that's not what it meant.
Uy, ¿esto es normal?
So this is normal.
Este tremendo rastro extraño es normal.
So is this rastro? Something like he's basically just asking, you know, is it normal?
Gente, típico juego de encontrar anomalías.
Okay, something about, you know, typically encountering anomalies.
¿Ok? Por ahora no veo ninguna anomalía,
Okay, so he says, now I can't see any anomalies. That sentence was clear as day,
honestamente.
honestly.
Por ahora todo me parece lo más normal del planeta. Voy
Okay, so he's saying, well, you know, right now totally looks completely normal, you know, on the planet, you know, like as normal as it can be on the planet, you know. It just looks normal, basically. Like, I don't know how to translate that, but I understood it all, finally. Like, sometimes, like, I understand completely, but I have no idea how to translate.
a abrir la puerta.
Okay, so I'm gonna open the door. This actually looks like a sick one. I might watch this after I'm done with this video.
Hermano, soy un asco, brother. Soy
Okay, so it was like a disaster.
un asco, brother. Soy un asco. Soy un asco, hermano.
It just keeps repeating.
Ok, esto es una anomalía.
Okay, so this is, in fact, an anomaly.
Conocí a Bori en un bar frente a mi casa.
Oh, this is weird because, like, every time I see Spanish written, because I haven't gone out to learn it, like, it doesn't mean much to me, but I listen and then it makes more sense.
Cantaba ahí. Su
So it's like, cantar ahí. It's like, what, singing here or something?
hermoso rostro y su voz dulce me cautivaron. No pude evitar acercarme a ella.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, when he's reading it, I just don't understand most of the time.
Ok, ¿eso cuenta como anomalía?
So, Jesus Christ, okay, just fucking jump scared. Now I totally forgot what he just said. Okay.
Gente, me parece que para mí es un sí.
Okay, so he's saying it's like, it looks like to him that yes, it is.
Ok. Oh, hay una puta cocina, hermano.
Okay, there's a fucking, like, kitchen here. And he's like, brother.
No. Nadie me dijo que hay una cocina.
No one told him that there was a kitchen.
Una cerveza,
Okay,
tres
so beer,
cervezas,
3 beers.
el tupper que le robé a mi mamá,
So, like, a thing from his mum, like a container, I guess?
agua.
Water.
Ok. Acá hay cajones. Ok, hermano.
Cajones. I feel like I should know that word. Cajones. I don't know. I've heard it before.
No hay bastantes cosas para mirar.
So there's quite a few things to look at.
Brother, esto explica por qué me mataron tantas veces, brother.
Okay, so this explains why he's died many times. Okay, cool. So I think you guys have got a general idea of, you know, my capabilities at the moment. What I'll probably do is that challenge I said. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know in the next 50-hour update. And then in the next 50-hour update, I may actually be doing, showing you guys me, like, trying to translate dubbed content. That's my goal. I want to move away from completely dreaming Spanish content as much as I can and just move to actual either dubbed content or eventually just, you know, legit YouTuber content type of thing. Because it's a struggle for me to watch dreaming Spanish content now. It's too much. I've just watched too much of it. I'm over it. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I am feeling a lot better in this update compared to the last one. The last one, I was ready to, like, fucking quit this challenge. I was so over it. But this time, I'm feeling like I'm actually at least able to start enjoying some proper content. So I will let you guys know how it goes. And if you enjoy this series and you want to support its future, sub to the channel. And I'll see you all in the next video. And if you're not there, well, I will find you. And I will speak really bad Spanish to you, and you won't understand a word of it.